For 8 to 10 minutes, please welcome Ranking Committee President, competent Toastmaster Brien Crothers.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Buddhists hold the belief that one can attain enlightenment through a process of removing prejudices, emotions, and ego that cloud our view of our true self. They view the removal of these hindrances as peeling back the layers of an onion. Hold on to that concept, that idea of peeling back these layers. We can do this here in the form of challenges or goal setting to ourselves in Toastmasters. We're here in Toastmasters to challenge ourselves to grow personally and professionally. By challenging ourselves, peeling back those layers of that onion, we grow and find what we're capable of. Personal challenges can be in any form, and I'll speak to you from two of them I'm more familiar with. My athletic endeavors, which Greg mentioned, and my constant working on becoming a more confident and competent communicator and leader of people. The key is that you can apply these concepts to any challenge you place before yourself. Most of you know a bit from my previous speeches of what I consider to be fun. Now, some of you probably consider that a little crazy. Imagine someone running 100 miles. Now imagine that on a goat trail, climbing mountains and descending into deep, hot canyons, hour after hour. A couple weeks back, I attempted the premier ultra-endurance event in the world, known as Western States 100. Now, Western States is a 100-mile foot race throughout and over the Sierra Nevada range of Central California. Nearly all of it on what you might consider a goat trail. Some ask me why. Why would I do such a crazy thing? The simple answer is because I can. That might seem a bit egocentrical. So how do you answer that question for someone, especially someone that can't grasp the need or the benefit of challenging oneself? Now think back to your first inclination to join Toastmasters. Why would anyone want to take on that most feared of all human endeavors, public speaking? Think back to the reason you joined Toastmasters. Why did you join Toastmasters? Why did you take on and climb that huge mountain of your first speech, your icebreaker? Why did you do your last speech? Or answer the call of the table topics master? Many ask why we come to Toastmasters each week. We know that there's more to it than just because we can. Ultra running and public speaking, or any other challenge we place before ourselves, provides us with avenues to dig deeper into our being. They challenge us, and they allow us to find what it is we're about, uncover our capabilities deep inside of ourselves that just need exposing. Much like the work in Toastmasters, ultra running changes who we are. Runners seek that moment in the middle of the night when they've been on their feet for 20+ hours, when they've dug deep down into their core being to the point of hallucinating. Now, this isn't really what we seek, but we know when we've gotten to that point, digging so deep down into our core meaning, that we perceive things that are not real that we are open to learning anything there is, learning about the real and the spiritual and the cosmic world in which we reside. Ultra runner Chris O'Brien, speaking about Western states, said, "Western states does not test one's character, it reveals it." Peeling back these layers that we have to get through to move down the trail. In Toastmasters, we come here to grow, to dig down into ourselves and see what we are about and challenge ourselves to be better communicators and leaders. At each step, we seek out capabilities and develop skills that we didn't know we had. We peel back the layers, much like that onion, to find what we seek, our true selves. I offer the following as evidence of what I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Recently, I was asked to speak about my needs, to speak personally about myself in front of a group of peers and superiors in a company meeting of 30 plus people. And I was asked to do this. I looked down for a moment and I gathered together 3 things that I could speak to in response to that question. And I spoke to those as if I'd done it for years. Now, many of you know that 2 years ago I couldn't have done that. I would have stammered and bored these people to tears. And weeks later, and this is the real zinger for me, the manager in charge of that meeting brought up one of the points that I mentioned, and we began to discuss it in relation to something else that we were talking about at that time. Now, the most interesting part is that he took an interest in what I had to say and remembered it and related it to a different topic weeks later. That was very encouraging to me. The ultimate result of pushing oneself in the challenges we put before ourselves is knowing that we can. We can push ourselves and challenge ourselves and grow and learn. We have learned the formula to success. We know that we should be open to the whole concept to begin with. We should gather our resources and train to the goals that we have set forth for ourselves, growing with each step, knowing that there are new layers that we can continue to work on and reveal more and more about ourselves. I, as the new incoming president, encourage you all of us, to continue to peel back those layers.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. President. And if we could write your thoughts there for Brien, please.